Okay, so what we're looking at today is section 8.3, which is multiplying binomials now. So hopefully you can say at the end of this, I can multiply two binomials or a binomial times a trinomial. Okay, so the first thing I would like you to find the area of this rectangle in two different ways. So pause the video and then come back and see what we have. Okay, so first of all, if I asked you to find the area of this rectangle, hopefully some of you are saying you could take 2. Let me see what I got going on here. I got 2 plus a 3, and then I got a 4 plus a 5. And then the answers there, I would simply multiply those. So I get a 5 times 8, 9. My area is going to be 45. So hopefully some of the others might have seen this first. You could find the area of this piece, which would be 8. You could find the area of this piece, which is 10. The area of this piece is 12. The area of this piece is 15. And then in the end, you can add all those up, and you'd have 18 plus 12 is 30 plus another 15. You still get 45. So we're going to use that idea today when we're multiplying binomials. So if I asked you to multiply this, one way to look at it is thinking of it as the area. I call them the area models. So to find the area of a figure that is x plus 4 by x plus 2. So the easy way here now is to simply find the pieces. So this would be x squared, this would be a 4x, this would be a 2x, this would be an 8, and then all we have to do is combine our like terms here. So then we would say the entire area of this rectangle is x squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay? So if I asked you to do this one, same idea. We find the area of each piece. So this would be a 2x squared. This would be a 4x. This would be a 6x. This would be a 12. You combine like terms right here. So your final answer would be 2x squared plus 10x plus 12. Okay. So now, why don't you try this one on your own? See what you can do here. So pause the video, make your area model, see what you can find for an area. Okay, so the first thing you should have done, you should have filled in your pieces here. And so this would have been a 2x squared, this would have been a negative 3x, this would have been an 8x, this would have been a negative 12, and then if you combine your like terms here, your final answer would have been 2x squared plus a 5x minus a 12 for your final answer. Okay, next one. Another way to look at this is to look at it as using the distributive property. So you would multiply the x times both of these things in here. So it would be an x squared minus 7x. And then you'd also have to look at distributing the 6 through both of these. So then 6 times x would give you a 6x. And a 6 times the negative 7 is a negative 42. And notice how I stacked them up so that you combine them, and you'd get an x squared minus 1x minus 42 for your final answer. So the distributive property is yet another way that you could look at it. Okay, and then the last way that you sometimes look at multiplying binomials is something called the FOIL pattern, which is basically a way to remember the distributive property. So the FOIL pattern, the F stands for first, the O stands for outside, the I stands for inside, and the L stands for last. So the first is saying these two. Those are our first in each binomial, so if we multiply those, you get 4x squared. The outside would be referring to the 4x and the 8. If you multiply those, you get a 32x. The I stands for the inside, which would be these two, which would be a negative 2x. And the last would be these two, which would be a negative 16. So you'd still get 4x squared plus 30x minus 16. Okay, So, ways to multiply, here's a big idea. Ways to multiply binomials. Box or area model. Second way, distributive property. Third way, FOIL. Okay, so that would be something that you should make sure that you're aware of. Okay, and then the last thing today is finding the product of a binomial. The first one's a binomial, the second one's a trinomial. So one way would be to make the box again. So this would be your x squared, this would be a negative 6x, this would be a 3. And this would be an x and a 4. And then we're simply going to go through, we're going to fill in the box again. So this would be an x to the third, this would be a negative 6x squared, this would be a 3x, this would be 4x squared, this would be a negative 24x, and the last one here is a 12. And then we go through, you look for like terms, and your like terms are going to be diagonal of one another. So, and then you combine them, and you write your answer as x to the third minus 2x squared minus 21x plus a 12. So, very nice, neat way to organize our results. And then the last way would be using the distributive property on this. So same idea as before, we're going to distribute the x all the way through everything, and you would get an x to the third minus 6x squared plus 12. Oh, sorry, getting ahead of myself. Plus 3x. Okay, and then I'm going to come back, I'm going to distribute the 4. And I'm going to stack them underneath to organize my results. So I'd have a 4x squared, a negative 24x, and a positive 12. And then I'd go ahead and combine these, and I'd get an x to the third minus 2x squared minus 21x plus 12. So hopefully, I believe they're the same ones, so hopefully we get the same answer, and yes, we did. So that is all. That was multiplying a binomial by a binomial or a binomial by a trinomial. Okay, that is a wrap.